Hi and welcome. In this video, we'll explore how Clappia can serve as a Google Forms alternative for apps that require fetching live data from REST APIs. Google Forms is a widely used tool for creating forms, but if you need to fetch live data from external APIs, the process can become quite complex. It often involves using Google Apps Script or integrating with third-party platforms, which may require coding knowledge and external configurations. Clappia, however, provides a straightforward way to fetch, process, and display live data from APIs directly in your apps. While it does require some understanding of APIs, it simplifies the process significantly by eliminating the need for extensive coding or scripting. Let's see how this works with a simple example. I will be making the app from the start, and I will take a very simple example for this video, which will be getting real-time exchange rates of currencies. The first thing in this app I will do is to give it a name, which will be, let's say, currency converter. Next, I will click on add section, and then I will give a name to this section on the right hand panel over here under section name. I will name it as exchange rate. I'll click on save, and then I'll click on add field. Now over here, I will select the get data from REST APIs block. With this block, you can pull information from tools that you may already be using, such as SAP or ERP systems, etc., into your Clappia app. Or you can get a master data from a company's existing APIs to fetch information of projects, vendors, or maybe you can get information on weather updates, geocoding, and much more. As long as you have access to the REST API for the external source you may want to pull information from, and it returns a JSON format, you can get it into Clappia. This block can be configured on the right hand panel over here. The first thing I will do is give a name to this field. I will name it as conversion from USD, which is US dollars. Next, we have the option of server URL. You can type the link of the website you want to use the API from that you already may use, or you can always search on your browser for a website that provides APIs. For this video's example, I found this website and signed up to it to get the API to call the exchange rates into the Clappia app. So over here, you can see the request URL. So I can simply copy this link over here and then go back to the app and paste it under the server URL option. This contains the URL as well as the API key. Next, we have method type. When you select on the method type, there are three types that you can choose from that the API works on. For this example, I will select get, but if it is mentioned in the website as post or patched, then you can select it as so. Next, we have the option of query string, where the API key will come in. Since we have already pasted the API key over here, you can either leave it over here under the server URL option, or you can put it under the query string. The API key will always start with the question mark symbol. So let me just paste it under the query string for now. Next, we have headers. Headers is used to send attributes like content type to the REST API. If the headers are mentioned in the website, again you can keep it over here. Next, we have select fields from the API response. When I click on add another field, you can input the name and optional JSON path query over here. Here you will have to select the fields in which you want to pull information from the website. For example, let me go back to the website. Now over here, when I click on send to request a response, you can see the exchange rates available over here. Now if I want the exchange rate for Australian dollars, back in our app, under the name you can give any name. So I will type in rate in AUD for example, and then for the optional JSON path query, I will type in data.aud. So typing in data.aud will fetch me the exchange rate for the Australian dollar. Similarly, I can add another field, and if I want to get the exchange rate for, say, euros, I can type in over here, rate in euros, and then again for the optional JSON path query, I will type in data.eur. You will have to ensure that the data is actually available on the website. For example, if I want to search for the currency of AED, you will see that it is not mentioned in this list. So even if I were to type it in our app over here, it will not fetch me any data. Now I can click on save and you can see the two fields, rate in AUD and rate in EUR has populated over here. So in this way, you can configure the get data from REST APIs block. Now let's see how this looks like. I'll go to app home where the app is live. Here you can see the fields. You will not be able to make any changes to the fields because it will be automatically populated once you click on this button. Once I click on it, you can see the exchange rates have been taken from this website. So in this way, you can use the get data from REST APIs to actually get real-time conversion rates of currencies. You will also be able to view this in the mobile app. The moment you create your app over here, the app goes live and is ready to be used. All you have to do is download the Clappia app either from Play Store or App Store and you can view your app. So let's see how that looks like. Over here you can see my mobile screen with the Clappia app downloaded on it. So I'll go ahead and click on the Clappia app. Then I'll click on Currency Converter, which is the app that I created, and you can see the app is live and ready to be used. I can simply click on the blue button over here and we get our exchange rates. You can also make submissions if your app requires it, and you can view all your submissions under the Submissions tab. If you have any queries in the configuration of the Get Data from REST APIs block or on any other feature in Clappia, you can always request support by clicking on the button over here to raise a request. Select the appropriate options that is convenient for you and we'll get in touch. Thank you.